This video is to show you an example of exemplary work, but also how to turn a Word document or a JPEG into a PDF. So it's required that you submit PDFs of all your homework. So what I have here is I have solved a problem in my book on a piece of paper and I want to submit it for grading. So I've opened it up in Paint. You probably all have Paint or something like this on your computers. I'm going to use the select button and I'm going to crop around kind of some of this nonsense that I don't want to see anymore. Hit enter and then it will crop my image. Okay, so now this is what I want to submit. So notice that in this exercise I've drawn the shape. I've talked about the area of the shape. I've right here I have the area of the shape. I've made the area of this shape. Everything is very clearly labeled of what I'm looking at. So I expect for you to also clearly label each area. Notice I've even used different colors for the different areas. That will be extra helpful in me understanding your work. Because remember, if I can't understand your work, you won't get full credit for it. So please be aware of that and take your time and do your best to make a clear image of what you want to submit. And a picture is always very helpful. Okay, so now that I've cropped my image, what I'm going to do is I am going to do save as, and I'm going to just save this as a JPEG for now. And I'm going to save it in my student drive or on a flash drive or wherever you might want to save it, and save it to your CMT 234 folder. So I'm saving mine as example of homework, but you could save yours as practice problem number 2, module 3, just so that you're aware of which homework assignment it is. And I would actually recommend that you would do that. So I'm going to hit save. Now what I have to do is go back and find that file that I just saved. Okay, so here's the file I just saved. So now to make it a PDF, I'm going to go to File, Print, and then for my printer, I'm going to select my PDF converter. Now if you're on campus, you're going to have this PDF converter right here, the PDF Redirect version 2. I'm going to click on that. I want a full page photo, and I'm going to say Print. Now it's going to ask you a couple of questions. One, it wants to know the file name. So again, if this is, mine was called example, but let's just say this is module 1 and it's practice 1. Okay, just so that I want you to see this is how you should save it so that you know which file you're working on. Now I have to figure out where I want to save it. So over here, I'm going to select the computer location where I want to save it. You can click on my computer and it will bring up your drive. And then once you have that saved, or clicked on that folder, you hit save. And then it makes a PDF. And now notice that it's a little bit fuzzy, but that's because it's blown up quite a bit. So I'm going to zoom out. Now if it looks fuzzy like this, what I would do is try to save it at a higher resolution. Maybe not save it to full screen. So before when we were back here and we did print to full screen. Maybe we should have done that like a little bit smaller so it didn't fit the picture to the frame. We should have just done it like that and it probably wouldn't have printed so blurry. So let's just try it one more time so that it's not quite so blurry. And I'm just going to put example after this so that I don't get confused. And it's a little bit better, but it's still kind of blurry. So I'm going to zoom out. Just make sure that I can read it. I can read this clear enough. Okay, but make sure that you submit PDFs. I can't accept JPEGs through Blackboard because they actually won't show up for me in Grade Center. It just shows a blank screen, and then I have to go through and download your work, and then it's hard for me to be able to make comments. So when they're submitted as PDFs, I can make comments right on your work that's submitted through Blackboard. So again, this is an example of exemplary work. This is what I expect from everyone, and also how to change things to a PDF. If you're on campus, it's similar steps if you're off campus as well. Please contact me if you have questions.